My name is Mary Joy D. Vicena, and I'm 22 years old. For now, I am intern. I am a college student, and this semester we are on the job training. Aside from my former professor is already here in this community, I also want to learn about Microsoft Power Platform. And they also mentioned that we also get the free exam to get certified on this track that we are choosing. But when we attended the in-person event last September, we eventually became more interested in this program.
My name is Rosalie A. Arnaez, or you can call me Chali. I am also part of BPC Learner and internships. Actually, my main reason why I joined because of my former professor, who is happened to be part of BPC and BPC Learners, and he encouraged us to be invited in an in-person event hosted by Microsoft, and it really caught my interest. So I joined in and to be part of.
I'm Christopher Cruz. Here in BPC, they call me A. I am one of the three BPC interns. My main reason why I joined BPC was really because of OJT. We were looking for a company wherein we can fulfill our internship. Back then, we remember that one of our college professors, Sir Roy, had an idea where we can apply for internship program. Also, some of our upperclassmen that we remember were also part of the program, so we asked if they were still open for interns, if they can actually accommodate us. We actually didn't have any idea about how and what the internship program is all about, but we were told that it doesn't require heavy programming language skill, which was also the number one factor why we were kind of problematic and hesitant in choosing what company we should apply for. Of course, most IT interns or company which offers OJT programs mostly revolve around programming and scripting, which are typically IT skills and work. But me, for example, me myself, I know I'm not really good at programming, so I only knew very basic tools. I really know that when I have an internship, I will kind of emerge of experiencing difficulty. But thankfully, with BPC program, which I love the most, was they offered us what really suits us, especially to those people who are considered novice in programming. This kind of low code to no code is such a blessing.
I'm John Nico H. Lopez. You can call me Nix. And currently, I am a freelance automotive sales consultant organization. Currently, I can sell either Mitsubishi or Isuzu units. Well, I joined this organization to explore more in terms of information technology, and also because of what this organization proposed from the last time. I saw that this organization offer learnings for all, meaning even though I don't have any background in this type of industry, I can put my effort to learn more, and also to gain a career maybe in this type of field.
I am Imard Lindon Rebutok, and you can call me Lindon. I am a manager of Cyberton Industrial Sales. I joined BPC because mainly I wanted to upskill myself, and also one of my interests is the tech industry. And a good friend of mine recommended that I study about Microsoft Power Platform and Dynamics 365. And that's when I also learned about BPC and the Dynamics 365 PH community.
I joined BPC because I'm a former intern of the MD Ship Mode. So for me, I joined the BPC to refresh myself regarding how to use the Power Apps and Power BI and Power Automate.
I joined BPC. The main draw actually from the advertisement that I found on Recruit Day was the opportunity to earn Microsoft certification.
Challenges I have encountered during BPC journey are: first is read and study all the modules in PL100 track that I choose. It consists of 59 modules. While exploring the Power Apps, since we also have no idea on it. But having pictures and screenshots, videos in this module helps me to remember it more easily. Second and last is how we manage tasks in one day. There are times we have many tasks in one day, especially when we are in project deployment stage. I struggle handling several tasks.
Challenges I encountered on my journey is when we are in a journey for BPC Got Talent and Hackathon, we need to come up with a unique way to present our talent and creative way to present our build apps. And the next one is during deployment stage, which I honestly speak that it's very difficult, but as a part of it, we invest a lot of time in planning, and we also encountered some mistake. But since I am a learner and learning something and doing it in project two, like in a good way.
I think every day there will always be a challenge that we encounter. Not all the time I have a great experience, and what I mean about that is not every day I will have 100% happy day. But I will be able to end the day completely fine. There were times that we commit mistakes, and of course we will be corrected so we can move. So far, I think what's the most challenging part of my PTC journey was really the setup. Since we are working virtually, we need to blend ourselves with acting like we are on a face-to-face working setup, even though we are just facing our screens. Also, I think the management as well, which I considered part of the whole setup. Even though we are interns, we didn't feel that we are students who are taking practices, but rather we were introduced to how a person should work in a corporate world. Usually, when we hear or say OJT or internships, we already have that mindset that they are still students but only taking part of the workloads. They also just chill out there, just basically fulfilling what they need to accomplish. But here, no. Being managed by the Rizal herself, we've learned so much. Even though there are times that we will be corrected, we will become commented that we did something off, that we need to change something. Still, Rizal wouldn't just end everything there. She will not let things wrap up and just putting us on the right track. Rather, she would always say the most iconic line, moving forward. And that simple term will always make the most difficult and challenging moment into something
Challenges I've encountered, as I've said before, I came from a different field, different profession. So I don't have uh, any kind of knowledge in terms of computer science or information technology. I need to go back from the start, refresh uh, my memories to input more knowledge like this. And a big challenge for me is that I need to learn. I need to learn through the whole process. It's like I feel like I am a student again. And
For the challenges, finding the time to study the modules and participate in the activities, and also budgeting that time to accommodate all the modules, especially because there's so many modules that you need to take in order to complete the
Okay,
tracks.
the most challenges I face personally is not having enough time to cooperate with my team and at the same time focus on activities because uh, due to my work, uh, it did not allow me to attend most of the sessions during the uh, time that we have on the BTC.
Well, as I am also a working professional, juggling learning modules as to also being productive at work is the main challenge that I encountered during that journey. Still, I find the positive that I am lucky to work for a company that encourages career growth.
Unforgettable moment during my BPC journey was the collaboration by the teams like the hackathon and of course the Got Talent. On this, we are not only make an application but of course we develop friendship on the
Just like
community?
in my challenge, my unforgettable moment or experience in this journey is in hackathon stage. We're able to collaborate our ideas and knowledge while exploring power platforms. It is also fun that we got some prizes and freebies while they announcing the winners. And
As I mentioned a while ago, the most unforgettable moment during my BPC journey was really the experience I had. From the learnings, everyday moments, the people that I've met, and the events I participated. When people ask me specific events that I attended, I always tell them about the very first back to normal event, which was the BizApps Page Community Takeoff, which was held last September 7th. Since it was a face-to-face event, we were able to meet the community in person. I also really loved the whole place at the event, which we were told that the place was actually newly built. It was located in One Ayala, and from going there to the event itself wasn't really a problem. It was very easy to visit and also had a lot of access with, of course, public transport, malls, foods, and I think that even made it such a good company place. The event was also smooth, even though there were technical difficulties, but then the experience was really, really different because I was able to attend in person. I also love the buffet actually. The food that was prepared was really good. So I was really hoping that before we graduated, we actually wish for more in-person events in the future. I really love that.
My most unforgettable moment in this journey is that I won on the talent portion event last time. I didn't expect that I can make it to the first place because all of my group left me hanging. I do the stuff alone, and I do it in maybe lesser time. And I just recorded myself, and that's fun because I didn't expect uh, I didn't expect that it has many prizes also. So yeah, that's my unforgettable moment. It's fun and exciting.
As for the most unforgettable moment, it is definitely the hackathon because it is my first time, and then I learned a lot of things in that hackathon, especially how to quickly make an app in half a day, and then practicing collaboration, teamwork, and deadlines with my teammates on that hackathon.
So the most unforgettable moment for me at BPC is watching the teams showcasing their talents at the BPC The Talent, and also showing how do they apply what they have learned during the time of training at the BPC, wherein they do the hackathon. In just a short period of time, they showcase what uh, what kind of system they can produce using the power apps in the Microsoft.
Well, right now, I actually am enjoying being called Kuya in the group. And I look at it as three C's. I joined for the certification, and now I'm enjoying the camaraderie rather. And I think I am going to stay because of the community.
Highlights of my journey is the creating of the website or the project development. And because aside from what we learn the Power Platform, like we also learn how to plan, manage, and organize a project, and of course to lead a
my
team.
first highlight is when we met our mentors on our designated tracks. He encouraged us how we able to learn more, and he also give um give some motivation. Like he gave some first task to create like a tracking app based on what we've learned. And my second highlight is the hackathon, which I enjoy a lot because some of my members are already good using different power platform like Power BI.
The highlight of my BBC journey was the events. Aside from everyday learnings and shift, and also in the in-person event, I also had the chance to be part of their programs such as the Got Talent and the Hackathon. It was the first time we collaborated with other learners, so it was really a good program. I was able to meet and work with people whom I just met. I was able to learn and explore more of the power-ups with them. Even though the pressure and stress were real at the time, I actually really, really enjoyed it.
learning is first that I learned to the motion of my chosen track, which is the PL9 handle. It is one of the things that gave me drive to learn more about this information technology field. And also it excites me that I can be part of the specific project deployment which is currently happening. And that's all. It gives me a hands-on vibes in terms of what are the capabilities of an IT professional, what and how can they do things inside the application, specifically the Microsoft Power
Again, as
Platform.
said earlier, the hackathon is one of the highlights, as well as another activity called the BPC Got Talent. So in the Got Talent, our group presented a poem about Microsoft Power Platform and Dynamics 365.
For the highlights of the on my BPC is when I engage with my team, sharing thoughts uh, and guiding them as well during the time wherein as a former interns, I have knowledge already in using the Power App. So for me, guiding them in their journey as well in the BPC is giving me an opportunity to learn as well as part of their uh, members.
The highlight of joining the BPC journey is actually being able to attend Microsoft Ignite to have a preview of the updates coming to Microsoft Teams, Windows 11, and Power Apps. It reinforces value on how gaining Microsoft certifications will be able to help me advance my career and reignites my passion in being able to share this newfound knowledge with others.
So thankful being part of this BizApps Pinoy Citizen. Like what I said earlier, we are not just learn on the Power Platform, but also build friendship and confidence to collaborate with the team. For the Microsoft Power Platform, I enjoy the experience and learning that I gained doing the creation of the apps like the Canvas and of course the Power Pages to create websites. And of course the process on how we deploy the projects. We don't always do the right thing. There are times that we make mistakes, but from that mistakes we learn. That's all. Thank
Not
you.
only by the reading, by observing, but what I've said a while ago is we're also creating. And technology is indeed part of our daily living. In BPC journey, it relates me a lot in daily life because like in BPC journey, there's some problem and there's some solution. And apps is like the solution for all the problems that we encountered in daily life. So while I'm here in BPC journey, it really helps me a lot, and I gained some personal perspective and personal knowledge throughout this journey.
I have
That's all.
answered from those previous questions. My great takeaway from this journey was really about Power Apps. At first, I was really scared to taking part of the program. As I have said, I am really no good at programming, so coding was really not for me. I know in myself what I love to do, and what things I excel, and what my forte is. And coding is not part of it. But we had the modules because that was the very task of us. I had these activities and practices wherein we can explore Power Apps. I've noticed that it was almost the same with what I am aware and had an experience with, which is Visual Studio. Visual Studio was the primary platform I used during our capstone, so I was able to play with and was able to experience creating a solution out of it. I run maybe because they had the same developer, that's why it feels the same. However, when I dive deeper into that, and again with Hackathon, I was able to absorb more of it. Just recently, I also attended the Ignite event. And to be honest, the part that I really remember was the most was the coming release of different future apps. I was really excited when I heard those programs and what they offer. I believe that in every action and mindset we push, that we need to apply here in BPC. we always have the heart and mind in creating solutions. Every day, whatever task you do, you realize that you are creating something, you are doing for something. It's not just basically out of you should do it, you should comply with it, or you need to complete it because you were told to do so. But it was wrong. Because rather, you'll find yourself adapting the kind of a self-awareness that you are doing in offering solutions.
Mostly, I learned about the applications under the Power Platforms. Uh, Introduction from each app, how to make an app from scratch, and how does it helps an organization or business firm regarding on innovation for their system. I learned that currently this generation is more focused on being digitalized, and how does Microsoft Power Platforms and Dynamics will impact the future of the industries here in the Philippines. That's all.
I have learned many things about the Power Platform as well as a bit of Dynamics 365 business apps. I became familiarized with their usage, features, and the possibilities. And for example, making an app in Power Apps, making visualizations and analytics in Power BI, and then making flows in Power Automate.
Learnings I have gained during the BPC, I refresh my knowledge in the Power Apps because there are times that I almost I almost forgot what how to use Power Apps. But during the BPC, I gain knowledge at the same time with the teams as they showcase their applications on how they per, on how they show the applications that they have done. And I realized that using Power Apps is more convenient at all rather than doing the using doing the what you call this hard coded system. So for me, I suggest that even the non-IT person can use Power Apps on their convenient time. All they just need to do is um, prepare themselves and also to exert more effort to understand how to use Power Apps.
Actually, it's actually the things that I'm able to use now, such as the collaboration and productivity tools in Teams, such as the loop components, the place badges, and using the task planner. But of course, I've learned about the basic configuration of Power Apps, which I'm also now able to translate in utilizing Power Pages in our group project in BPC.
Well, I like I said, I was already using the Power Platform, Microsoft Power Platform, and um, I needed something more basically because where the church is going, um, my journey doesn't stop here because I need to keep learning and learning. So I learned a lot more about Power Automate. Um, Although we're already using that for the church. You realize that the environment is just so big that I've been focused on like this one area when there's like this whole like this vast ecosystem that's available to me, and not just an ecosystem but a community as well that you can reach out to. Um, I also learned about Power BI for business intelligence, how and being able to embed that into a another application like Microsoft Teams, or a Power App, and then just I guess having this or experiencing a crash course in Power Pages. Um, sort of like it's a website builder for businesses. Um, Very low code, but it's pretty much even if you don't know like HTML or any programming languages, you can with Power Pages, your business should you'd be able to get a website up in no time. And then using Power Apps as well, because we use Power Apps for the church. Just basically uh, learning more about what you can do with it. More um, understanding just how robust and strong and the Microsoft Dataverse is, because you hear things like verse here and verse there, from other companies who like to use the term, and Microsoft using Dataverse. When I first heard about it, I didn't fully understand it. I thought it was just like this. Oh, it's just a database here and database there, but it's so much more than that. And you realize that you can connect all of your apps, your sources. You can point uh, into the Dataverse. So that's something that I'd like to continue my journey in my journey. Um, I don't think that this will be my hopefully this won't be my first and last time to be in BPC, because the training is free. These things, uh, people charge a lot of money for what you can for what BPC is doing for free. And if anybody's out there and they're watching this video, they're listening to the sound of my voice, get involved, register if you can. If the Microsoft Power Platform um, or Dynamics is something that you want to learn, and something that you uh, at the end of the journey, a certification that you want to take, then I encourage you to enroll in BPC, because it's free, and the knowledge that you get, it's gold. It's something that you can take with you, I guess, for the rest of your life.